Hey everyone, this is Borvok. I got another Ramble review for you. This time covering Avengers, Shards of Infinity, #1. And I picked this up at my local comic shop last Wednesday because I saw it on the shelf. I wasn't sure. I was looking for Avengers #1 slash whatever the actual numbering is, legacy numbering, all that silliness. But I was looking to get this. I wasn't sure I was going to like it, but I saw a preview of it and it looked interesting enough to at least get my thoughts on it. My shop was apparently sold out because I couldn't find it. So instead, I kind of already had in mind to get something Avengers related. So I saw this, thought I'd get it. Got the crew here, the Avengers, Captain America, Falcon, Black Widow, and Black Panther. Ooh, Black Widow, Black Panther. But the three animals too: Black Widow, Spider, Panther, and Falcon. America isn't an animal. Silly cat. But I noticed that the characters these are well-liked characters. These are popular characters, and they're drawn in a very MCU style. Cap's got the painted on wings on his helmet instead of the protruding ones. I like that. I prefer that, actually. I almost wish they'd get rid of the A because it looks a little silly to me, but he almost looks kind of got a bald forehead there and empty. It looks like something's missing if there's no A, but it looks a little silly having a letter on your head. The wings, especially when they're popping out, look silly to me. I like the painted on look from the MCU. So, yeah, I picked it up, thought I'd figure out what was going on, leaf through it really quick. I almost wish I'd gotten a copy of this. Look at that She-Hulk. That's not the She-Hulk I want. But, we've got Thor back. The guy whose name is actually Thor. That's cool. Iron Man. The actual Iron Man. So, that's interesting. But we're looking at this one. We're looking at Avengers Shards of Infinity #1. So when I first picked this up, I wasn't sure if it was like a tie-in to the Avengers Assemble cartoon, which is kind of cheesy and very much based on the MCU. But it looks like this is its own thing, but it's got this very weird, we'll get right into it. It's got this really weird style going on with it. Basically, the art is good, I think, but the characters are always telling you, it's a tell me don't show me thing. The characters are telling you everything that's going on. You start out here, you've got these weird villains. They're called L.U.N.A.R or something. L.U.N.A.R. It stands for something because why not? They're telling kind of what they're doing, and it's feeling a little like the instead of dialogue, it's feeling just like exposition through the characters, through their dialogue. That doesn't really sound very natural, but they're villains. It's just a start. But then you got Black Widow showing up. She looks great, by the way. I'm a fan of the art, but she's apparently in costume. They say soon all the countries in the planet will be rendered completely vulnerable, and she says, I think we'll start the vulnerability thing with you, the Black Widow, at your undercover service. Oh, I don't know if that's cringe, but that's grown. That's grown, at least. How did you infiltrate our organization? Now that would be telling, and I'd rather be hitting. Oh boy. So, she goes back to the Avengers. She says, these L.U.N.A.R people are stealing Infinity Shards and something about vibranium. I didn't really get it. They make jokes about, haha, they want to take over the world, just like all the villains want to take over the world, right? But these guys are serious or something. And then, Falcon says something about vibranium. Panther, isn't that the metal native to Wakanda? Yeah. He should know that. Again, this is, it's weird. But they're like, okay, whatever. We get a cut to their base, and, these L.U.N.A.R people, they shoot down a shield helicarrier thing. Come on, focus. Well, they shoot down a shield helicarrier. It's a nice full-page sped. So sploosh, that's exactly the sound it should make. It's on fire, and I hope everyone got out of that. But it's a nice drawing. I got a Wolverine podcast, only on Stitcher. I don't do Stitcher. That's an interesting idea, though. In the Avengers, they go in a Quinjet, they break into the lunar base, and we've got more everyone explaining everything that's going on and totally killing any drama or any suspense. Above, gun turrets coming out of the ceiling. Panther, take point with your vibranium gauntlets. The laser beams have been deflected, but the weapon continues its assault. Not for long, T'Challa. That was easy, but it's just a warm-up. You got that, right, Cap? You're up to bat, Falcon. Wing it. And then the enemies come in. Like, just really cheesy. It doesn't really even matter what character is talking almost, because they all have the same voice, and it feels like it's the voice of the story. So they break in. They've got this lady and this guy who want to fight. And Black Widow says, hold that pose. I want to remember you in your arrogance. And then they start talking about placing a yoke on society. But you're the one who places the yoke on society. But you worked for the Russians. And that actually makes it sound more intelligent than it comes off. Oh yeah, there's another thing back here. It's just this weird way that it's written. Here we go. Back near the beginning again. Black Widow says, unfortunately, they have another fragment, Captain. And it says that it'll cause the villain to move up her timetable, quote unquote, move up her timetable. And then you go to the very next page, and she's saying, the timetable must be adjusted accordingly. So they're both talking about timetables. They both have the same vocabulary. So these two are going to catfight, and we'll skip over that. It's a good catfight, I guess, for what it's worth. Cap and this other super soldier fight, and Cap is like, but freedom is good. And this guy's like, oh, but freedom is bad because people are stupid. And Cap is like, oh yeah, well, I'm one of those stupid people, and I think we're smart, and you lose, so ha. And Cap, flips up, and he punches the guy and knocks him out. T'Challa and Cat and Falcon. I wanted to call him Captain Falcon. I want to see him Falcon punch someone. That would be awesome. But they're talking about we're just getting the leftovers because Black Widow and Cap are getting all the big guys. Oh, but guess what? We can say the date, because if I put my vibranium gauntlets in the cannon, then it'll cause everything to explode. And everything does start exploding. They escape, and they go off on their Quinjet. And just like everyone is evacuating at the same time you come down here, you got, the Avengers are evacuating their Quinjet, and the other guys are just like, oh, we're evacuating too. Like, let's all just not shoot at each other or anything. We'll just go home, okay? So they're just all live and let live, I guess. Your base got blown up. You just let the Avengers go, and they just let you go, okay. Oh, well. And then the Avengers are like, well, too bad they escaped, since we all just kind of leisurely took off together, separately. Should have done a carpool in space. Been awesome. Save on gas. So then they go up and they talk about blah blah blah, and Cap is like, I wish that all the weapons in the world would be destroyed, because then the bad guys wouldn't have weapons anymore, and the good guys wouldn't need to protect themselves, because that's how it works. And then he starts singing a John Lennon song about imagine there's no heaven, and then someone tells him that, if there's no afterlife, there's no reason to behave, and if there's no good and evil, then there's no reason to do good, and everybody living for today is actually chaos and not goodness. But he's just like, I'm not listening, I like John Lennon. Oh, just kidding, no one said him that. That's me. That's my character insert who doesn't exist. Original character, do not steal. He's right there in the darkness, you just can't see him. But no, they're all in agreement that John Lennon was pretty awesome, and if only we destroyed all the world's weapons, everything would be happy. They don't go quite that far. I guess they're saying under different circumstances, if weapons could be destroyed, that would be good. I'm in agreement. If we didn't need weapons, that'd be great. I'd be all for it. Unfortunately, as the saying goes, when you outlaw guns, only outlaws have guns. So same goes with any weapons. It's peace through strength, unfortunately, in this world, and the good guys got to be strong to protect from the bad guys, because there will always be bad guys, at least in this world. But yeah, okay, so, do I recommend this book? No. Does it offend me? Not politically. It's got this silly, cheesy John Lennon piece, wishy-washy silliness. And the story preaches itself at you through the characters instead of the characters actually feeling like characters that talk to each other. It kind of does feel like it's based off of the kind of watered down Avengers Assemble cartoon, which was watered down from its predecessor, the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes show, which a lot of people liked. And then when they rebooted it to Avengers Assemble, they kind of watered it down, kind of brought things closer to the MCU, while also not doing anything that could possibly just less creative, just silly kid stuff. All the characters act like kids, even though they're supposed to. They look kind of like this, like adults. But this has nothing to do with that. I thought it might, but it doesn't. But it's not necessarily much better in the writing department. But it's not offensive. I don't know. Go pick it up for the art if you want to. It's not an epic. It doesn't. If you want your story preached at you through the mouths of characters instead of them acting like actual characters and saying things they would say, if that doesn't bother you, it's not horrible. It's fine. Hopefully the guy who's writing it, Machio, learning experience. Learn from this, get better. Who am I to say? I've never written anything before. You're probably a better writer than I am anyway. But yeah, it's not a recommend, but it's not obscenely offensive. They're not throwing dumb stuff in your face for the most part and whatever. So, I give it a meh. But yeah, that's all I got for right now. If you like what you've seen, feel free to subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Did you pick this up? Did you pick this? Did you pick Avengers #1 up that I didn't get to pick up that I wanted to pick up? What did you think about that? What did you think about this book? What did you think about my review? Let me know. I love hearing from anyone and everyone in my comment section. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.